Hello, this is Dr. Dan Kohinka. In this video, I'm going to show you some basic calculations in Excel. In previous videos, I've described the data screening and cleaning process when you essentially take data that you've collected for a research project and you get it all organized and ready to start conducting some calculations. And in this case, before we move it over to our statistics software, we are going to need to calculate these various factors. And so I've already done that for you, but I'm going to show you how to do that exactly here. So first off, for selfless, I'll just delete these. What we want to do is we want to calculate each of the items. We want to add them all up to determine the score for selfless. I will go ahead and on the top here in this drop down, I will select sum. And currently right now it automatically selecting that whole row. However, I only want the items such as S1, which is for selfless. I know there's 5 of them, and I want to select just those. So right now I'm holding down the control key on my keyboard using my mouse, and I'm going to left click on the mouse pad and select all of the selfless items. So I have S1, 2, 3, S4, and I'll slide this over, S5. Those are the 5 items to calculate selfless. So I'll slide it over here. Now I press enter, and it calculated that score. So right over here you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those cells that it added up. Now we can go ahead and in this little box right over here, I'll drag it down, and now it'll make all the calculations for all of those participants. That is how you add different cells. Now if you have a range of cells, for instance, the composite score here is all of these added up. So in this case, again here, I'll just delete that for you. In this case, I'll click sum. I will left click on the first one and just drag it over here. All of these cells I want to add up and press enter. And it added those up. And I can go ahead back over here, drag it down, and it'll add up every single one of those rows. Now let's look at how to do an average. Sometimes you need averages rather than adding everything up. Let's delete these. Now in this case, this is for the ELQ. And here again, you can see how I organize this data so I very clearly know what items belong to which factor. So I'm going to go ahead and do the average for the ELQ. So I select the cell. Using our drop-down box, I select average. I want the scores for the ELQ. So I look over here and I see that these are all ELQ. So I will left click here. Now I'm going to hold down the mouse button, drag it across, press enter, and there is my average. Now I can go ahead and drag that down. It'll do all the averages for each one of the rows. That is some very basic calculations that you would use Excel for, however, extremely important calculations. I hope that helped you, and I wish you a very happy day.